Morning, everyone. Virgo Triad here. It is June 14th, 2018, and I am going to talk to you today about who is Virgo Triad. Okay, so there's been an awful lot of talk around who Virgo Triad is. Well, I don't have to tell you guys, but I'm Virgo Triad. All right, so many people have been asking questions, particularly those that are on the opposition of what reality is. And by those, I mean people that are pushing scams, people that are being exposed by this channel, and primarily those that follow those individuals. So we're going to address this situation, and this will probably be the only time that I address this situation. Now, one of the reasons that they continue to claim that I am not somebody to be listened to or trusted, no matter what is provided to you guys on my behalf. For example, you guys know, or those that follow me know, that I always back up my statements with resource, meaning that I have verified sources that I link to all of my videos when I go in to either debunk something that is stated that pertains to the scam that I'm dealing with, or if I am just reporting on something that pertains to one of those scams. I always source what it is that I'm using so that you can look it up for yourself. But the main purposes or the main reasons behind why supposedly I can't be trusted are the following, and these are just a very few in the last year that I've gotten. Number one, no picture. Well, those of you that have followed my channel for a while know that for about 2 or 3 months I did have an actual picture up. I took that picture down when I revamped my channel. I wanted for my channel to be able to have a specific look to it so that this way it was pleasing to the eye, it was easy to read things, and in addition to that, I got sick and tired of some of the mail that I was getting, some of the emails that I was getting. The people that follow the scam artists that believe in them, and this can be anybody from the Jilly Juice people all the way to the April LaJune, Harvey Dent people. Um, Money Boy Films, Jonah Bay, it doesn't matter. Since I am actually debunking a lot of what they talk about, or the majority of what they talk about, the people that follow them get very upset when their reality is shaken. And no matter what kind of proof or evidence I have available that is sourced and verifiable, it doesn't matter. I got really tired of those comments and I decided to take that picture down and revamp everything so that it all was looked in one familiar format, which I followed when I started building the website, which will be up here very shortly. But the second thing that they seem to just negate that I ever had the picture up, even though they all know that I did. The second thing is that I do not show up live on camera. Well, no, there's really no reason for me to. And in addition to that, why would I bother to actually do that? The majority of you are aware that I'm going through treatments right now. Maybe some people don't have an issue with being on camera when they're going through things like chemo and radiation, but I personally choose not to. That's my personal choice, and that's something that, you're uncomfortable enough in the situation that I am in currently from a health standpoint. I'm not going to put myself in a more uncomfortable situation, especially when the majority of the time that I'm doing videos for you guys, it's for the purpose of teaching you something that I need to be showing you. You really don't need to be looking at my face. As a matter of fact, that would be moving backwards for the type of people that I am attempting to try to assist here. Really, you need to be able to see what it is that I'm talking about. This is not the type of channel that is about storytelling. So therefore, seeing my face really isn't a necessity. And not using my real name. Now, let me tell you, anybody who's going to go on and debunk scams, and I don't just debunk TDA scams, I don't just debunk people like Lejeune and Dent and Moneyboy Films and people like Eon and Jonah Bay. No, I don't. There are other scams that are constantly being talked about on the Virgo Triad channel. For example, the Jilly Juice scam. Many of the scams that come out with the IRS we've talked about. We have talked about the fascia blaster. Okay, we've talked about all kinds of different scams for the elderly, scams that are kidnapping scams, scams that where the IRS was calling. There have been numerous types of scams that the Virgo Triad channel talks about, and as more come up and more get investigated, more will be going up. So as far as people that follow those individuals, along with those individuals, when you start exposing these people, scam artists don't like to be exposed. And as a result of that, they will come after you in many different ways. And one of the ways that they've come after me in the past, and still currently do, are some pretty nasty death threats. I've had this channel for over 10 months now, and I have had to make a total of 7 calls to my local police department to report very serious death threats. Now, the reason that I don't show those on camera to you guys is they're extremely upsetting. But I'll give you an example of one of them. About 2.5, 3 months ago, I received an actual death threat stating that they were going to hack my router and locate my IP, and they were going to, as a caravan, come and locate me. And because apparently they had seen the video with my boxer Morgana on my channel, they said they were going to bring about 25 people with them. They were going to gang rape me, and then they were going to tie me up and make me watch while they cut my boxer's head off. Now, these type of threats are things that I don't take lightly. And because scammers don't like being exposed, it's really not a good idea for me to be using my own name. It's just a safety issue. I'm a female, and I'm doing this free of charge. I'm not getting paid by anyone to sit here and put this information out there for you guys. Hell, I don't even take donations at this point. So I'm sorry if the scammers don't like it that I'm not putting my name out there for them to locate me. But if you guys really stop and think about it as a normal person, would you? So these are the main 3 reasons why I'm supposedly not to be trusted. And there are lots of other pieces of information that have come out over the last year also. Here are some names that I've been called. I have been called Kim Goigan. I have been called Heather Ann Tucci Giraffe. I have been called Katie Seagal. Audrey Meadows, that's an interesting one being that she's dead. Allison Jenny. A government agent, a government shill, CIA, FBI. I have been called a troll. I have been called a disinformation agent. I have been called COINTELPRO. I have been called, hell, even Harvey said I was working with April Lejeune to help make April Lejeune's channel better. It's insanity, folks, what I have been called. But let me tell you, out of all of those things, none of them are true. I get interesting comments too. And these are not like threatening comments, but some really interesting comments of disinformation to attempt to try to either get me to get angry and speak up and I guess show my driver's license or something, they think, or to try to divert people's attention away from this channel because we are providing a public service and exposing scams. One of the things that I get in comments usually daily by somebody who has a sock puppet account, a true troll, is keep taking people's money. Keep taking people's money while you give out disinformation and lies, you government shill. Now, this is an interesting one because, as I said, we don't even take donations. This channel takes no donations whatsoever. Nobody that helps me to research, gets paid. I don't get paid. Oh, and just in case you guys want to talk about some of the ads that are on a few of my videos, YouTube revenue, yeah, that $40 to $50 a month doesn't even pay for the print cartridge that I have to put for my research into my printer every month. Everybody knows that YouTube demonetizes the majority of videos that are informational videos now, especially if they're on subjects like TDA. That includes, unfortunately, people who are exposing it because it's part of the keyword area, the tags. So if you're going to expose people that are talking about things that are fraudulent, then the algorithms hit that and don't monetize you either. That's the way it works. I get comments like, you can't stop this movement. People, I'm not trying to stop a movement. What I am attempting to do is stop fraud. If your movement endorses fraud, yeah, I'm going to try to stop it and make people aware of it. But as far as a movement of love or love and light or, whatever it is that you're attempting to do, if it's legal, I leave it alone. I could care less what everybody else is doing unless you are trying to defraud people. That is what this channel is about. That is what this channel was built on. And that's what this channel and the website and the secondary channel will continue to do. And we will continue to help promote other channels that are doing the same in the anti-scam community. The other thing that I find interesting is people like April LeJune making these comments about, you don't have a working phone number. Well, no. Why would I? I'm not selling anything. The only reason that I would need a phone to make a phone call at all would be if I was interviewing someone for this channel. And in that case, I don't need to be giving out my private phone number for whoever to decide to call. It's very curious to me when I don't sell packages, I don't take donations, I don't sell t-shirts or mugs, I don't do anything that requires anybody to give me anything, why it would be that I would need a phone number. Why, when all my facts are sourced by verifiable links that everyone can look at for themselves and make their own decisions and come to their own conclusions, because folks, the facts are easy. They're verifiable. Why would I need to show my face? Why do I need to have a picture? Why do I need to go live? I'll tell you why. Because they feel that if they nag me enough about it, that I'll get irritated and upset, and I'll expose myself so that they can make good on their threats. But you see, folks, that's never going to happen because their threats don't get to me in that way. The more they threaten me, the more I know I'm doing my job for you guys and the community. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is something that has been disturbing me for a little while. And that is that you people out there that are not a part of my channel and haven't gone over this in the past don't seem to really understand what the meaning of a couple words are. And it's very important that you do understand this so that you know what and who Virgo is really about. So let me take you over to take a look at a couple of definitions. The first definition is slander. Slander is a noun, and it means the action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation. Let me give you an example of slander. Slander is someone who calls a person another name and spreads that around as fact, even though they have no verifiable proof that that person's name is that party. This is the reason why on my channel you saw a cease and desist order made out to Anna von Reitz, because that party slandered me. Slander is not when you call out a scammer that you have proof is a scammer. Slander is not when you tell other people to watch out for a scammer because their very own clients are coming to you with proof that they've been scammed. See, that's not a false spoken statement. That's a true spoken statement, and therefore cannot be tried as slander. Definition number 2, libel. A published false statement that is damaging to a person's reputation, a written defamation. I'm going to show you a perfect example of libel right now. We are at tdaaccount.org on the About page, and as you will see here, there is a statement in very large, bold letters that states Virgo Triad's real name is Kim Goigan, scam artist and swindler. Folks, Virgo's name is nowhere near close to Kim Goigan. Kim Goigan is actually a real person. And Kim has asked herself, what is Virgo Triad? She has no knowledge of my channel whatsoever. But regardless, it doesn't matter. This is the example. This is what is considered libel. Libel is not making a comment in my own comment section, calling someone like April Lejeune a scam artist when there's proof that April Lejeune is a scam artist. See, a false statement, a false written statement is what libel is. A false spoken statement is what slander is. It must be false. Okay? So I want to make sure that I get that straight. I want to make sure that everybody understands what the meaning of those two words are. For the record, I want to make sure everybody knows who Virgo Triad is not. Virgo Triad is not Kim Goigan. Virgo Triad is not Heather Ann Tucci Giraffe. Virgo Triad is not Katie Segal, Audrey Meadows, or Allison Jenney. I am not a government agent. I do not work for any government agency. I do not work for the CIA, the FBI, and I definitely am not working with April Lejeune. I source all of my facts. I use facts only so that everyone can look them up and see for themselves and learn on their own behalf. Now, what is Virgo Triad? What am I as an individual? I'm a mother, a grandmother, a caregiver, a co-worker, a concerned citizen, a neighbor, and a friend. I do care about people. I want to make sure that there is some form of watchdog community in these online communities that are running so rampant with scammers, that are running so rampant with con artists that take off with your money and you never hear from them again. And they keep doing it over and over and over again. That is who Virgo Triad is. If you find that that is not a good enough explanation for you, if you find that even with all the sourced links, even with all of the facts that I base all of my videos on, and even with knowing that there's nothing other than the absence of a picture or a phone number or a live stream, even if those things, the absence of those things, in the absence of those things, you find that you cannot trust me, please go elsewhere. There's no reason to stay on my channel. There's no reason to comment. There's no reason to send threats. There's no reason to send an email. Simply move on, because I'm not going to stop exposing the scammers. And they're never going to get me to a point that I am so freaked out about being called something other than who I am that I actually expose myself so that they can make good on their threats. I want you all to stop and think about something. If you were defrauding someone, and that was the only income that you made, and you relied on that very heavy income, that very hefty income, to come in every month, and all of a sudden somebody started shining a big bright spotlight on you, what would you do to stop them? Put yourself in my position, people, before you judge. I hope that everyone takes this to heart, because I mean it. This channel is about facts. It's about exposing scammers. You can either support it or you can move on. It matters not to me. At this point, I only want subscribers that want to subscribe. Everybody take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.